Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Gamers Den, the channel where you, the viewer, come to me, the host, for all the latest gaming, video game playthroughs and all that, and you stay for the pop culture and knowledge therein. Today, on History of the Unappreciated, the part of the show where we look back on a specific character for the past to finish out the last of the X-Men characters. And number 30, no less, I figured I'd talk about one of my favorite characters that I feel is just underappreciated from Fox and by extension Disney and Marvel. Hopefully he pops up there. You'll soon see who it is if you haven't already seen the thumbnail. Or if you have, you already know who it is. And the franchise himself, he's sort of underappreciated as far as the Brotherhood goes. We were looking at the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, lowest member, the Toad. Now, his real name is Mortimer Toynbee. I might be completely fucking that up, guys. I am really sorry. His first appearance was in X-Men number 4 of March 1964, so he's pretty early on. Toad is probably, besides the Blob and Mystique, one of my favorite X-Men villains. He's popped up in pretty much most of the X-Men cartoons, as well as the first X-Men movie that they ever made. I don't know if he appeared elsewhere. I don't think he did. If he did, I'm sorry. Go down in the comment section down below and let me know if I'm wrong or not. But yeah, this is a character that I remember growing up. Now, like a Toad, he's very slimy. He apparently smells really badly. It's very poor dental hygiene. But this Toad can stick to walls and all that. Has sickly green skin, maybe a couple warts here and there. On top of that, he like most amphibians, has a long tongue, prehensile tongue that he uses for attacks. And more often than not, this guy is just the weakest of the bunch. He's a coward on top of that. Has a wicked ass jump on top as well, so he can get away if he needs to. He is, like I said, mostly like bashed upon by the people around him, the various Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. He's not well liked within them. He's extremely disgusting on top of that. He's a really disgusting character. But I remember the first major appearance I ever saw him in that I remember was in the first X-Men movie. And Storm took him out by literally saying, you know what happens to a toad when it's struck by lightning? The same thing that happens to everything else. And he's gone from the rest of the movie. And it's just like, I mean, I will admit, his little fight with Jean Grey was kind of funny. A little dance and then back to the action thing, and then just, don't you people ever die. The guy is funny. I love the character, but he's even funnier in the comics and the animated shows because they give him a little more screen time and everything else. But Jesus Christ, do they not give him enough screen time in the live action movies? This is one of the most prolific characters to the X-Men Brotherhood side, the Brotherhood side. But Magneto and Mystique and Sabretooth, and they don't even use Sabretooth that much either, but Magneto and Mystique are used so much in the movies to the point where I'm just like, I want to see the other Brotherhood members. We see Blob once in live action movies. We see Sabretooth, I think, twice overall. And we see Juggernaut more. And he got better as the movies went on. I'm hoping that with Disney buying Fox and everything, I'm hoping that when they introduce the Brotherhood, of course Magneto and Mystique have to be there. They're the main leaders, you know. But maybe Magneto could be more of a background character. for the time being, because I think going forward they had to set it up like the cartoons, like the comics. Magneto, Doctor Doom. They're already kind of setting up Kang a little bit. Um, maybe Annihilus. They have to set up these villains first, and Galactus. And Galactus, almost forgot about him. These 5 villains, if they want to make these guys work when they actually become the big bads, they're going to have to set these characters up first as background villains, pulling the strings, sort of like Thanos. But instead of just Thanos, you've got tons of these villains, tons of these bad guys. And hell, with the Marvel's What If and the multiverse getting thrown into the mix, we might see past villains like Ironmonger, Ultron, and Whiplash come back for another round. Characters that have either died or are incarcerated in the other movies and haven't been seen outside of their first appearances could come back. But now that we're getting the Fox characters, now the first one, obviously, if you've seen Loki, then you know Kang kinda got introduced a little bit, kinda, sorta. The actor playing him was a different character, but now we could be getting him again more. You know, we're getting the multiverse added into the mix as well. It's going to be nuts. It's going to be nuts going forward. But I'm hoping that when they do the Brotherhood, they get Magneto, Mystique, Sabretooth, and maybe as to round it out as a 5 villain team, Blob and Toad. I would love these characters to get due respect that I really wish they would get. Yes, they are the lowest members of the Brotherhood in the cartoons, more often not being overshadowed by Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, and other characters that are part of the team, like Avalanche or whatever. But these characters, you need weak links. You need comic relief characters as well to balance out a team. You've got to have strong characters, middle ground kind of like voice of reason characters, and comic relief characters, good and evil. And Toad is a comic relief character. Yes, he's disgusting as hell, but I think if they're going to bring in the Brotherhood as well as the X-Men, they need to bring in this character. And I've got the perfect actor to play him. Either Mr. Bean or Jim Carrey. What are your thoughts, Leo, on that?
Now, who
The
are they playing?
the Toad from the X-Men. Either Mr. Bean, the Mr. Bean actor, or I can't remember his name. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. Or Jim frickin' Carrey.
Hmm.
I mean, it's really hard to portray Toad. You gotta have. He's probably gonna have excessive makeup to make him look sickly and green and everything, or like a bit of a grayish color.
I'm trying to remember some of the comedy that Jim Carrey's been in.
Well, he's played The Mask.
I was
He's
about to
played
say,
Doctor
wasn't he one of the
Eggman.
masks?
He only played the first Mask, the
I said
original
one
Mask,
of.
the original Mask movie. We don't talk about Mask 2. I don't mind it,
We
but
don't
we don't
like to discuss Son of Mask.
right, and not in public anyway. Not in public. If we're gonna, it does have its problems. It does have its problems.
Every movie does.
Yeah,
But in
and
all honesty,
I
I
watched
can't
it.
remember
Wasn't
his
that
name
bad.
either, but I think the guy who plays Mr. Bean would be pretty funny.
Right, I think he'd be pretty cool, and we haven't seen him in much lately. I don't know if he'd be able. I don't know if he'd be able to play the Toad,
I
just because
mean,
he latches on he latches on walls and everything,
I will
spits
say,
out his tongue
well,
and everything.
no, they are both kind of getting up there in age. I was about to say he might be getting.
I mean, Jim Carrey's playing Dr. Eggman, but Dr. Eggman doesn't really need to get out of his chair if he doesn't want to. Um, but I don't
I
know.
don't know how old the guy who plays Mr. Bean is.
I don't know either, but I think he'd be. I personally would love to see the character be played by him. And I've got one for Blob too. I think this would be the perfect opportunity to get Jim Carrey and Jack Black together for a movie. have them play Blob and Toad respectively. For my headcanon, and to finish off this X-Men.
It's Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah. I wasn't about to try to pronounce that last name. But as far as like my headcanon for these movies, I know they said something about Magneto and Professor X being portrayed as black. And I suppose if they were to use the time frame for the main series,
66 years old.
what? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that.
We want to be sending a 66-year-old man
To be
to
playing the guy that literally
Gonna be
sticks
clinging
to
to walls,
the
yeah.
walls and leaps like God only knows how far.
I don't know if that's going to be a good idea.
No. But I think Jim Carrey could bring some comedy to it. And I think Jack Black playing this heavy guy just barreling forward while eating a hoagie would be funny as hell. Sabretooth. Just get the guy who originally played Sabretooth in the first movie in the Wolverine. Just have him come back for a third movie. Or maybe I got a better idea. Triple H. Get Triple H to play the new Sabretooth. That'd be stupid cool.
Oh no.
Mystique, that's a hard one. Honestly, I know she portrayed Storm originally, but I think we should bring Halle Berry back. But I don't think it should be Storm this time. I think she should play Mystique. Or no, not Emma Frost. Emma Frost has to be played by a white woman. She has to be. She's called the Snow Queen, for God's sake, in some circles. So yeah, she's got to be. I know that's typecasting as hell, but some characters got to be played by a specific kind of character, specific kind of actor, guys. Just say. Magneto. To start out with, I think it'd be stupid funny if they got the dude that says "in a world," you know that one, is, or whatever, the trailer voice, the trailer guy voice, or James Earl Jones to begin with, and then change it up to some what was his name? No, not Sean Connery. Although that'd be funny as Magneto. Sean Connery as Magneto would be funny as hell. What was his name? I don't remember. But what about Christian Bale? I don't think he's been in the MCU yet. It's just, I don't know. But as far as like characters for Blob and Toad, yeah, those two would be perfect. Although for Toad, I suppose there would be one other that I'd like to be brought in as the character. Um, and that's the dude that does the voice of Shaggy. I know he did the live action Shaggy at one point, and that would be funny as hell to have the voice of the current animated voice of Shaggy play the live action version of Toad. Just thinking about that makes me giggle. Just making thinking about it. I don't know. It's hard to think of who would be the best to play these best actors to play these characters. But with that being said, guys, Toad is again one of my favorite characters. He's appeared in pretty much most of the X-Men media. I would love to have the pop of him. Just they never made the Blob pop. I did look it up, guys. I forgot to mention that in a couple of other videos. But yeah, they never made him as a pop. They made Toad, but they never made Blob. Which I think is sacrilege at the highest order. You made every other character make the Blob. For God's sake, you made Mr. Sinister. You didn't make the Blob. What are you doing? With that being said, guys, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. All three of these things will help you keep up to date and make sure you're seeing our videos. Share this video with other people. You know, start a conversation with them. and go down in the comment section down below and let me know who your favorite X-Men character is. Any character that's tied to the X-Men. Any character that, be it mutant or human. If it's tied to the X-Men, tell me what your favorite is. Your favorite movie from the Fox movies, and who you think should play Blob and Toad, at least. And Juggernaut. Just to make things interesting. See, I want to know who you guys think should play the Juggernaut as well. My 3 all-time favorite characters. You know, I just thought of something. Freddie Prinze Jr. as Cyclops. What you think?
What?
Freddie Prinze Jr. as Cyclops.
I don't know much about him.
Freddie Prinze Jr. He's the guy that played Fred Jones in the Scooby-Doo movies.
Oh. Boy, they really went for the name brand recognition on him.
Exactly. I don't know. I think that'd be funny as hell. They need to get the chick that played Buffy.
They got a man named Freddy to play Fred. Interesting.
They need to get the chick that played Buffy and Daphne. She played Daphne in the live action Scooby-Doo movies, but she originally was Buffy. They need to get her somewhere. Maybe she could be Mystique. That'd be super cool. To get the chick that literally beat the crap out of demons and monsters and was probably my favorite Daphne of all time playing that character. I don't know, guys. But yeah, go down in the comment section down below and let me know who you think should be in the X-Men character roster in the first film. Personally, I think it should be those villains that I told you, and for the heroes, Cyclops, Wolverine, Jean Grey, and Professor X are a must. Storm, maybe. And as far as the 6th one, Iceman or Nightcrawler to start out with. Have a 6 character on 5 character. That's usually how it goes with these team setups. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, and next week will be a brand new 5 list. And I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of a hint. We are going to be looking from somebody from Warner Brothers. Either that, or it's going to be Universal. I don't know. It's going to be something from animation. That's all I'm going to tell you on the matter. So, hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye.